Hello and welcome to D-Vlog and Devolution magazine, and we are here with Bart from the incredible Patriarch. They brought us a contender for Album of the Year in the first month of the year. Prophet Elijah is the English translation of the title, and it tells the real-life story of the titular protagonist that happened in the band's home of Podlasie. Podlasie?
Podlasie, yes.
Podlasie. Welcome
Yes.
to D-Vlog.
Welcome, welcome.
So
It's
I touched
not
quickly on the concept of the album there. Can you tell me more about the story behind this incredible body of work?
so everything is I think it's started in the 90s when I watching the in Polish TV first time theater play of Prophet Ilya, and it was a very exciting story. And it's the first time I figured that it's happening in our region when I was born, when I'm living now in Podlasie. So I'm started searching some information about Eliasz Klimowicz as a Prophet Ilya. It was building the biggest sect in Europe this time. So it's was a huge big sect, Orthodox sect, and I figured out that this story it can be a good story to bring on the stage with the extreme music. I think so. It's about 7 or 8 years ago. I'm starting working on this project on all this all the lyrics, searching the full information, meeting with the people, that knowing the people from the sect, to you know search more information, to took some kind of research about all these stories. So it's um, the first was I think it's a scenario, some kind of scenario when I prepare for this concept. Um, it's was in 8 acts, telling the most important stories from the Prophet Ilya lives, and I'm written the lyrics and prepare all these things on the paper. Then we are 2 years ago we start uh, mm, preparing the music for this
Sure.
scenario. So it's why we are have all this now we see the Prophet Ilya. So the music was composed to the scenario.
Gotcha.
All with all emotions that we write in the scenario, all dynamic with the
Mm,
music that you have. So it's why we are bringing a large bar to the
mm,
listening for listeners,
yeah.
that then you are when you are listening this album from the first to the last song, then you can find out some kind of a magic of this album,
Yeah.
all these layers, all thing that happening in the music. So it's I know it's difficult in these times when the music is listening very selectively.
Mm,
So we are serving, 40 minutes for our listeners. That must be you know, devotes time for our music, and then they can, find this magic, I think.
absolutely. Well, the album seems to transcend genre boundaries, and it's a fully realized sound. It sounds like the band that you were meant to be. It's got a full symphony orchestra on it, choirs, traditional folk instrumentation. It uses it all to huge effect. How did you approach recording this, the recording process of something this vast? Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
more than a black metal record.
yeah. It's massive. Also for us, it's was a huge project. But when we are looking now, it's only 1 week after the premiere. We are also after the live premiere.
Mm.
So when I looking for this when we are recording the Prophet Ilya, and when we are producing now the uh, our release event, then I
Mhm.
think it's the production of the album was little and small
Mhm.
compared with the production of the premiere event. So about the production, it's was a tough time. It was hard work for 5 months in the studio. We're recording from January to the May, 5 months, several studios in Poland, very good with the very good producers um, uh, about the the behemoth,
Mm.
hate and decapitated producers. So
Yeah.
it's also huge production,
Mm.
uh, huge logistic project because everything is all Poland, 5 studios.
Wow.
Everything must be connected, and at the end, we have 1,100 layers. You can
Wow.
find out on our Instagram the reels about the mixing, and will be, of course, in the future some
Wow.
making of from production of this album. So it's a was a huge, but everything was prepared before, so we are was a good time in the studio. We are very happy with the result.
Mm.
We are very happy with the reception of the album, reception of the our music, our artistic vision
Yeah.
of this project. So it's Prophet Ilya. It's I think it's for now our best release.
Mm.
And of course, we are starting promoting on live. So we are looking with the bright with the for future and the future our live performance.
Absolutely. It's funny that it came out in January of this year because I remember January of last year, a similar sort of orchestral big project came out, which was Ishan did his big orchestral thing. Now this year in January, you'll bring out your big orchestral thing. His ended up in the album of the year. I think you're going to end up in the album of the year. It's incredible. It's what do you think it is? Because both things are at the heart black metal. What do you think it is about black metal as the like foundation that makes it so you can just go off in so many layers and do storytelling better than any other type of music to my mind? Like black metal is the best vehicle for storytelling.
It's it's hard to say. That's how we are preparing everything because it's like you say, it's a big project, and then everything is preparing not only a few months, but it's a project for years. So I
Mm,
think it's everything was also will be like a live performance.
mm.
Now we are starting the project with Symphonia Ortodoxia,
Wow.
with performing with the symphony orchestra May choir. So it's will be I think it's 3 or 4 big shows in European cities
Wow.
with this production. Maybe in some festivals. We will see what will be in the future. But I know that we are bring film production with the Prophet Ilya in a full symphonic way with
Oh
the Mayor
wow.
Choir and symphony orchestra. So I think it's the next will be a theater play. I think it's with our music and our performance. So that's like you see, it's not only a album. It's not only a music, but a full artistic project for next years, I think. But of course, we are thinking about the new album now, so
Mm.
it's and everything is ready for the next album. So, but we are very exciting with the Prophet Ilya and release and all these things that happen now and I think it's in the future.
Absolutely. I mean, there is such a lovely theatrical narrative in the album. Actually, you've taken parts from the play, haven't you? Yeah.
Yes, it's from a theater play, some fragments, and of course that's bringing this all this theatrical vibe for album, and it's some kind it's you can think it's like a audio book or radio play or like you say it's a theater play.
Mm.
All these words describing this album, I think.
Absolutely. So, how does it feel to you as a musician, being able to take your vision to these heights now? Like, is it like compared to like when you
Uh,
started in your black
you,
metal band, now you can do this big widescreen cinematic project?
it's this times if you want to if you want to bring something original, you must thinking about the huge projects, about the
Mm.
huge performances. Then the people who can watching you can make some attention about this. So it's only in the only I think it's in this way you can achieve your goals that you are um, you know uh, you can see in the future, I think.
Absolutely. Shoot for the moon. Definitely.
Yeah.
I would say if you shoot for the moon, if you come up short, you're still a lot further away.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, Poland historically has got such a rich pedigree for extreme music. You touched on a few of the names previously, like Decapitated, Behemoth, like, yourselves. What do you think it is about, oh, Vader? What do you think it is about Poland that is just makes it so? Because there's a Polish sound. You can have like either black metal or death metal or whatever, but it all sounds very Polish. What
Yeah,
do you think it is about the Polish landscape makes it so good for extreme metal?
yeah. I think it's also it's a people from Poland. It's specifically so it's our minds. I think it's a good good way to making some extreme music. Also, the Polish scene is it's a huge now. It's I think it's one of the best in the
Mm,
world. So we have of course historical names like a behemoth Vader. It's a decapitated hate Mgła. So it's a huge, also underground scene now with the newcomers. So I think we also, it's not only, if we're talking about the Polish scene, it's not only Polish sound, because I think we have different ways in black metal, death metal genre. So it's uh, if you can say about the Norway scene, so you can talk about the sound of Norway black metal. I think it's a Greek black metal scene.
mm,
It's a specific sound. I think it's a Polish have a different ways. In a black metal, it's a few ways in the of sound. Also in death metal, I think it's a few ways of Polish sound. So it's very mixed
mm.
and very interesting sense. So it's um, I invite to search some information about our extreme music scene because I think it's a new in the next few years. That will be a
Mm.
next few exciting names on the worldwide extreme music metal scene. I think is coming from Poland.
Awesome, awesome. One thing that always strikes me about the Polish sound is it's always better produced, and that's something that strikes me about like your album. The production is incredible. I'm a producer myself, so I listen out for this kind of thing, and the layers of sound. Just to mix that down gives me a headache. Like the idea of that
Yeah.
mixing down
No,
that many
it's not
tracks.
it was not was it's it's not it like I say, was a tough
Oh
to
yeah.
but also it's when I thinking about the sound on this album, I think it's not too overproduced.
No.
It's at best times to not make a synthetic sound,
Yeah, it
to
sounds
not
human.
yeah, like it's all this when you're recording live, all these folk instruments.
Mm,
Also, when you're recording live symphonic orchestra, then you can lose all this sound in mixing.
mm.
So I think it's our album. The intention was, the sound, authentic sound,
Yeah.
very natural. I think it's
Mm,
to not overproduced because you will be have some kind of pop music or something, the high-ended
mm.
mixing. So it's not will be fit with this concept, I think.
Absolutely. That's something that was very striking about it. It did sound human. All the instruments sounded like instruments. There was nothing synthetic sounding in there. That everything was,
Yeah,
and the choirs in particular were beautiful, beautiful layers of
and
like.
there's also layers in the choir. I when I recording the layers for a choir, that was about 10 or 12 layers for
Mm.
one take. So it's also big work for a lot of work put in this recording.
With that in mind, so this is your first album for Napalm Records, is that correct?
Yep,
Yeah. So,
correct.
so when you came to the label, said, "Oh, thanks for signing us. By the way, I want to do this giant record." Were they cool about that?
It's a fun fact that we are signing the contract 2 years ago
All right.
with Napalm. So it's Napalm trust us in all ways. They believe in their artistic project since the beginning, and I think it's now they are very happy with the result, and
Mm.
I think we also signing the new contract for the next two albums, and I hope that the future our work will be I know that will be good and looking with the bright for the future with working with the Napalm.
It sounds really, really exciting, like all of it. Right, all of my interviews this year, I made a new resolution. I'm asking everybody this final question, right? If you had to put an album on the curriculum for schools that every kid has to hear before they're 18, what record would that be? Can be any genre.
Oh, are you we talking only on the metal music or all
Anything, anything.
anything?
An essential
Uh,
listen for every growing teenager. They must.
must be listen. Oh, it's I don't know. I think it's that will be my favorite singer Adele.
Right. Oh, Dell.
Yeah,
I've had so many
yeah.
different answers.
I'm a big fan of Adele. The next, I think it will be a Queen.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've had so many different answers to this question.
yeah.
That's amazing. Well,
So if you're thinking that I say Morbid Angel, no, that will be Adele or Queen.
of course, of course. Well, that's amazing, mate. Congratulations on the album. It's a triumph. It's a real work of art, and I cannot wait to see the live show. I
Of
just
course, I'm invite for new shows. That will
oh,
be I think it's
incredible.
a theatrical experience on the stage. So it's Patriarch bring good live performances for sure.
Oh, I was going, yeah, that was one of my questions, but you answered it. I was going to say, with an album this big, how do you do that live? But you seem to have got it. You got it going on.
We are growing also in the lineup. We have a new vocalist. We have a third guitarist.
Mm,
All that will be a high quality also on the stage. So it's
amazing.
I'm very carry about this. So I'm invited to uh, listen and see Prophet Ilya live on the stage.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Well, thank you for talking to me today. It's been
Thank you.
absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, Bart.
Also for me, thank you for the support and see you on the road.